Hi Cancer, welcome to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your October 2020 tarot reading. Thank you to those of you who liked, viewed, shared, subscribed, and donated to the channel. I appreciate all of that. As far as personal readings go, I'm still taking a bit of a break from those. Not sure when I'm going to pick them back up, but when I do, I'll make an update in the community section of the channel. As far as what we have in front of us, it's a Celtic cross spread as always. And then I also pulled some Oracle cards for you guys and a Mudra card. So we'll get started with the main spread. The main situation position, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So this is actually Capricorn energy, which is your opposite sign, and obviously there's plenty of energy in that sign as far as Jupiter finally moving direct again. We have Saturn there, Pluto, right? And then with the Libra energy that we'll have in October, they'll be making aspects with those planets and Mars as well. So a lot of energy. Could just be saying that you have a lot of focus on your finances for one, but also possibly on your relationships. And for a lot of you, I feel like this is more of a goal that you're setting for yourself. You know, this is where you see yourself going, where you ultimately want to be. So like I said, whether that's related directly to finances or wanting a serious, stable commitment as far as relationships go. In the challenger obstacle position, we have the High Priestess and the Page of Pentacles. So with this coming up in the challenger obstacle position, could just be saying that, you know, intuitively you're realizing that you're at the page level, right? So you realize, okay, I still have a little bit of a ways to go till I get to the Queen of Pentacles level. This could just be saying that you might need to rely on your intuition to figure out the best way forward to make that leap. So you could just be spending a lot of time doing so, you know, just really reflecting, going inward, trying to figure out, okay, how can I actually make that leap to that next level? For others of you, if this is around a relationship, could just be saying intuitively you know that someone that you're dealing with is kind of at that page level. Whereas obviously, like I said, you're looking for something a bit more stable, so there could be some reevaluation of that as well. In the foundation position, we have the Ten of Swords. So this could play out a couple of different ways. This is Gemini energy, which for you guys is your 12th house. So on the one hand, this could just be saying that you, after giving a situation a lot of thought, like I said, whether it's your career or an actual one-to-one relationship, I feel like this is saying that you finally know what you want now, you're sure of that, and you're not going to settle. So that's one way I can see that playing out. For others of you, this can actually represent a physical ending, but for a lot of you, I feel like it's more of the other thing where it's an internal process that you've been going through. You're finally getting to the end of that process, sure of what you want, and possibly even realizing now who can and who can't give you those things. So that could be how they play in together, those energies. Past position, we have the Hierophant. So this is actually Taurus energy. Usually points to commitment, stability, long-term stable connections. So for some of you, this can be, again, if it's around career, possibly this was a job that you had for a long time with let's say a big corporation, just as a generic example. Maybe you've been working for them for a lot of years, and maybe you're coming to a realization now that, okay, maybe they give you some empty promises, for example. Oh yeah, we're totally going to give you this promotion, right? But maybe it never happens. So you could just be reevaluating that. For others of you, again, this can be how you're viewing your relationships. This is, you know, you're deciding that, okay, I want that traditional type of relationship in my life. And like I said, figuring out the best way to go about getting that. In the present position, we have the Eight of Wands. So I see this as you guys actually being a bit communicative about, again, what you do want. I feel like you're clear on what you want now, and you're not shy about it, and you're going to communicate to people what that is. So like I said, if it's a workplace thing, this could be you putting out your resume to multiple different places, for example, to look for employment. Especially since this being Sagittarius energy represents the 6th house of work, so could definitely be work related for some of you. For others of you, this could just be, like I said, just communicating what your needs are as well in relationship context, right? So looks like there's definitely movement there. Looks like you guys are sure of what you want and you're going after it now. In the near future position, we have the world. So this represents completions, successful completions at that. Um, this actually, for me, often represents Capricorn energy also, which we were talking about with your card in the main situation, but also North Node energy. And you guys have the North Node moving through your 12th house. So this could just be saying a little bit of an integration of those energies where, like I said, maybe intuitively you realize, okay, maybe I've been holding myself back in some ways, right? Or intuitively, I know this isn't the right connection for me. I've been hoping that they would step up to the plate, but they're not quite getting there, right? So a few different ways those energies could play out. But regardless of how these energies are playing out, seeing this card come up in the near future does look like you are learning what you needed to learn, and that's going to move things forward for you. In the position of your influence on the situation, we have the Eight of Cups. So this usually represents that energy of walking away from something, pursuing something more fulfilling. Um, this actually represents Pisces energy too, the first 10 degrees of Pisces. So again, you have that 12th house vibe there, but for you guys, Pisces is your 9th house. So this can just be saying you've really looked at things from a higher perspective, and you're coming to that realization, maybe not too happy about it, but you're coming to the realization that you might have to leave some things behind. Like I said, whether it's a job, a relationship, whatever the case may be, it looks like that's where you're getting. For some of you, this might even already happened around the time of that Pisces full moon, or at least you made the decision around that time, and now you're actually acting on it this month. That's how that could be playing out as well. In the environment position, we see the Five of Swords. So this is someone who usually, those types of situations you get into where you know that nothing positive is going to come out of it, but you still engage in it anyway. So this could be whoever you're leaving behind, trying to do some petty, play some petty games to keep you around or just to hurt you for the sake of hurting you, basically, because you're leaving them behind. So just be on the lookout for that energy. And that might even be why you decided to leave a connection behind, because this might have been someone you've been dealing with, and you're like, okay, I can't deal with this anymore. Maybe you had this view of them through rose-colored glasses, and maybe now with all these transits taking place, like I said, the other cardinal signs are all engaged in some intense activity. Your sign doesn't necessarily have anything going on directly, but obviously all those other cardinal signs being impacted with those transits is going to have an impact on you too. So could just be some realizations you're coming to around either one person, if it's a one-to-one connection, or like I said, maybe even your work environment, friendships, you name it. I feel like you're reevaluating and looking at, where they're possibly not stepping up to the plate the way you hoped, and leaving that behind. All right. In the hopes or fears position, we have the Ten of Pentacles. So yeah, this is another energy that could point to either career, like I said, wanting that stability, wanting that next level up, right? Or again with relationships as well, wanting that stable, long-term, reliable connection. And, that's what you're hoping for. And I do have to say too, at the bottom of the deck, we actually have the Four of Wands, which is another indicator of, steady, stable, happy, expansive relationship. And given that for you guys, Aries energy, which this card represents, is your 10th house too. Again, this can be another indicator of career too, where, like I said, maybe you've been promised promotions or raises in the past and they never come through, and maybe you're just getting frustrated with that at this point. All right, in the outcome position, we have the Seven of Cups. This is actually Scorpio energy here, and we'll be at Scorpio season toward the end of October, so could be when you start to feel this energy. But really what I feel like this is saying here is whenever you leave behind what it is that you plan on leaving behind, there's going to be a lot of options that open up for you, but you may not be seeing those options too clearly just yet. So just keep that in mind. it might not be the smoothest of transitions if you do leave something behind and just, expect to immediately jump into something else. If this is around career, for example, you might have multiple options. Like I said, especially for those of you with that Eight of Wands, was you putting your resume out there? Keep in mind you have that Mars retrograde energy in your 10th house of career, so you might not necessarily be seeing things clearly there. We're also going to have that Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, which for you guys is your 5th house. So if this is around creativity as well, maybe you're trying to think of a creative project to get off the ground, you might just not know quite where to start. And romantically too, if this is around romantic options, you might have some confusion about which way to go there. Like I said, keep in mind we are going to have that Mercury retrograde, among other things, this month, so might not be the best time to start something new. So you might just have to give yourself a little more time to really see, okay, what's what. All right, moving on to the Oracle cards. First, we have All That Glitters. There's the artwork, and the number is 16. Okay, it says, a need to see beyond the superficial, the desire to don a mask or dress something up to disguise its true nature, trying to be something you're not, chasing after every sparkly new thing, being mercurial. The Oracle's message: it's only human to want to adorn oneself in trinkets and paint a pretty picture of oneself. It's natural to want to acquire the trappings of status or to deny them as a statement of rebellion. But if it sparkles, is it better? Whether it's a fast car, a big house, a title or position, the stamp of authority, or the sparkling of diamonds, these icons let you know something about a person, place, or thing. Or do they? The truth is that people seek to acquire things because of what they will do for them and how they symbolically will elevate them and make them more attractive. This card signals that it's time to see beyond the adornments and probe underneath the surface. Learn to recognize the mask people wear and the motives underlying them. Imagine that all that glitter is gone. Would you still desire the object or person? So definitely a good message there for those of you who might be reevaluating things, and like I said, especially for those of you where maybe you've left a connection behind recently or will, and you might have these other options come into play for you. Could just be a good message that resonates with that there as far as making sure you're seeing them clearly. All right, the relationship message says sometimes we try to become something we're not to impress others. We embellish a story a bit, adding some dramatic elements to make us more appealing. The real person becomes hidden behind the sparkle and shine. Then there are times when we don't see the true value of someone else because he or she may not have the glitz and glamour that seems so desirable. Now is the time to look past the surface, beyond the mask, to the essence of a person. Who that person is, not what he or she can give you, is important. See beyond the glitter and look for the inner glow. Use the eyes in your heart. Let go of artifice and let what is authentic shine. So definitely an interesting message there as well around relationships. So maybe there has been a bit of a facade, and like I said, with that Page of Pentacles, like I was saying, maybe someone was trying to present themselves a certain way, and maybe for a while you were seeing them that way, but with that High Priestess and Page of Pentacles, now you're seeing them a bit more clearly as far as, okay, are they really at the same level I'm at as far as commitment and whatnot, so hopefully that resonated. And the prosperity message says, sometimes an opportunity looks so good that it glitters like gold and you just can't resist it, especially when it appears others are doing so well and have hit them overload. During the American Gold Rush, everyone hurried west to find their fortune and then deserted entire towns after the mining depleted the gold veins in the earth. So too can you deplete yourself as you chase after the latest shiny thing that has caught your eye. There is a mercurial quality to your present circumstances. Pay no attention to those who chase after fool's gold. Resist the temptation to be jealous of others. What they have achieved may not be the true success you seek, so don't compare yourself to them. You see only the surface right now, only the sparkle. Be assured that you will experience your own shining moment if you stick to what you know. All that glitters may not be gold for you. So an interesting message there too, and that'd probably be a helpful one for those of you maybe you're seeing yourselves as further behind others, as far as, maybe you're seeing yourselves as the Page of Pentacles and you feel like people around you are in that Queen of Pentacles stage. So hopefully that resonated for you guys in that regard. And there actually was a second card that came up from that deck, and it's Two to See. All right, focus, but there's the artwork for it, and the number is 7. So interesting, you have 16 there, and then this, and that reduces to 7, and you have the 7 here. Let's see what it says. Okay, it says, being in flow, returning to source, recognizing how pieces fit together, a natural pattern of events. The Oracle's message, isn't it wonderful when you feel yourself in the flow of life, when events and conditions seem to engage you in a way that is fluid and effortless? This card reminds you that going with the flow is exactly what you need to do right now. Ride the wave of opportunity formed by perfect conditions. Allow trust and faith to guide you forward as you flow like a river into the sea of life. So definitely an interesting message there, and that makes me think of what I was saying in the beginning there, where you might have to trust your intuition to find a way to get from that Page of Pentacles level to that Queen of Pentacles level, if that's your ultimate goal, right? So hopefully that resonated. The relationship message says there are points in a relationship when you have to decide to go with the flow rather than dictate the course you share with another. Can you let go of the need to have things your way and allow the relationship itself, your combined goals and desires, to steer the ship? Can you both transcend your personalities and allow the partnership to form its own identity, its own energy? Now is the time to relax and see where this mutual journey leads. So an interesting message there too, I would say, for those of you who are in a long-term commitment that you don't plan on leaving, it could just be pointing to that energy there too, where maybe you guys have both been set on having things your way in a situation, and this could just represent you deciding, you know what, I'm not going to engage in that anymore, and just, let things die out that way, as opposed to engaging in that Five of Swords energy. All right, the prosperity message says everything seems to work out when you stop scrambling and allow the sea of opportunities to wash over you and wake you up to your most prosperous potential. To get into that flow, you need to address your beliefs about abundance and money. The true meaning of your personal currency lies in your skills, your talents and abilities, and, most importantly, your core beliefs. Everything flows from your inner world and is reflected in the outer one. When grateful to serve, you align your prosperity consciousness with a higher consciousness, you can expect miracles. Everything you need will come to you easily. So definitely an interesting message there. Like we said, we were talking about some of the career dynamics you could be going with, so hopefully that resonates with you too. Given that we do see the World card in the near future, it does look like you guys are going to get the hang of things and get in that flow anyway. But yeah, that's that. And then next we have Dove Spirit. It says be peace. There's the artwork, and the number is 21. Interesting message there too, because we have 21 and then the World card is also 21, so could be some significance there. Let's see what the book has to say for this. Okay, it says, with her peaceful cooing, the gentle dove spirit invites you to embrace the energy of peace and allow compassion to warm your heart. You always have the power to generate peace within you, and the appearance of Dove Spirit is a reminder that today and every day is a good day to meditate, to quiet any turbulence within as you embody tranquility. Above, below, and all around you, much may be happening to distract you, but you are called to engage it with the heart of a peacemaker, asking yourself, what would peace do? Can you agree to disagree? The peace you seek rises within and spreads out into the world as Spirit sends her messenger to remind you of the beauty of our harmonious existence with all that is. How beautiful and powerful is your compassionate heart. So definitely an interesting message there too. And again, that can point to, like I said, for a situation where, for example, if you guys are in a long-term commitment that you're not going to be leaving, but maybe you guys are going through a bit of a rough patch, could just be what that's pointing to there as well. So hopefully that resonated with you guys. And finally, we have Mudra card for you guys. So the Mudra that you guys got for this month is Kubera Mudra. That's it there. The keyword for it is abundant. And there's the info on it if you want to pause it or take a screenshot to read what it has to say. But under benefits, it says clears the frontal sinuses and helps to balance left and right nostrils, improves sense of smell, sharpens inner vision and ability to more clearly see your path in life, helps create abundance, especially related to virtuous desires that take into consideration the welfare of all beings. So if that sounds like something that would be beneficial for you guys, I will put the name of the Mudra in the description video as always. We'll wrap up there, guys. I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.